welcome to Arthur L. Williams Stadium in Lynchburg, home to the Liberty Flames, and fans have been eagerly anticipating this clash and filling up this stadium quickly. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see, the Yukon Huskies taking on a team from Conference USA, the Liberty Flames. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Yukon Huskies offense will go on the attack first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Albright. Hums it downfield. Got him, and nobody's close. Oh, there's an alley to the left. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Thompson. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Makes the grab on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing the rhythm and the cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the move from inside his 5. The Flames offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Houck. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That's caught. It's gone. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Flames with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Bringing the heat. Fires to the big fella. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
At the 20, he's got space. Running through contact. Touchdown, Flames. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The UConn offense goes back to work. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Back to pass, it's Albright. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. That's caught. It's Porter. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Second down, they'll go to the air. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. They just keep firing. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem in the last game now. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Wants to throw. It's Hout. Gets rid of it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Tight end now in motion. Looking for room. It's Goff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. That's reeled in. It's Goff. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Flames can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run play action. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
Here's a heel. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Houck. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
This offense has become a 1st down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they are going to be gassed.
And the Flames trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one 3rd and long. Fires to the tight end. They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the 1st down marker. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UConn going back to work on offense. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Handoff to the single running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've They've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Out of the backfield, he's open. Trying to tackle this guy is a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Pressure coming. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
Hunt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Back to throw, it's Hout. Pocket breaking down. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Flames will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll return it from the 50. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The UConn offense goes back to work. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Makes the catch. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UConn. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he puts through the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tulane. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To the air, it's Hout. Oh, they're after him. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Flames will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Offense in an empty set. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him.
There he goes. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield. It's Porter. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. UConn tries to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. The give on the counter. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Just feeds the running back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Lynchburg. And it's been a hard-fought battle today. Two teams out there playing ball and treating this crowd to a memorable first half. Seems to me, and I know I'm going to sound like a coach here, the team that limits turnovers and strings together productive drives is going to be the one celebrating a well-earned victory today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at the Bill Arthur L. Williams Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He'll keep it himself. Oh, it's a fumble. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Looking to throw, it's Houp. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. The Flames decide to punt it away.
Number 11, on to kick it away.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Coleman. Throws for the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Oh, he's got a chance. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. And the Flames with the 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Snags it quickly on the left. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Gives it to the back on the draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the...
Oh, he's got some space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. This UConn offense really has it going. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They take the lead with the 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Got the first down and more. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Defensively, you'll take the slow deck. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Oh, it's a reverse. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. They'll run for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Gain of 4. It's a turnover on them. Here we go.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got a little space. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And you can tell when the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
They went with the QB design run. The quarterback knew where the marker was to get that first. He dove out. He was trying to get the ball to that point. Just couldn't quite get there.
Finds his tight end. Turning it on. Touchdown, Huskies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Oh, they blocked the extra point. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Looking downfield, it's Hout. Got it behind the line. It's Goff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Off play action. Here's the pressure. Makes the catch. It's Goff. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. The Flames are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse. Good presence of mind by the quarterback there to not panic when the ball went on the ground and able to get it back.
I would just like to see better ball security, Reese, from the quarterback, too. You know, you got to keep 2 hands on the ball at all times. It doesn't matter. You're looking downfield. You know you're going to have guys around you trying to swat away at the football. Got to keep 2 points of pressure at minimum on that ball, and the quarterback lucky to fall on that one.
The give on the inside. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. This quarterback part of their running game. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. I know they wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Flames come to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Hout. He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. Off to the races. Touchdown, Liberty. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tulane. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Catch in the middle, it's Porter. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.